welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm Viv. So I recorded this video like a few days ago, but I realized I sound super depressed talking about this topic, which is advice I wish I got in high school. Now years have passed. I am a senior in college, about to be a senior in college, and it's been a good 4 years since I've been back to high school. I got my matcha tea here that I made myself because the tea starts. So yeah, the first topic I want to talk about are the basic things about high school. First thing is I should explore with makeup and vlogging and working on a YouTube channel, I guess, because I was not that explorative. I was more on the basic side or like on the geeky side, and during that time it wasn't trendy to be quirky as it is now, because being quirky is apparently a trend. All of a sudden trends start to like arise from things people have been insecure about, and I was insecure with my face and my body. I wish I would have documented my life in high school. I would probably regret it along the lines because cringe, you know? High school was pretty, oh my god, I don't know how to say it, but it was just a whole mess for me socially and academically. Like, everyone was on track at my high school. The high school I went to was pretty privileged, so there wasn't a lot of exploration going on, and everyone pretty much stayed in their own lane or competed for colleges already at the age of 14. Like, really? Yeah, everyone took their academics so seriously to the point where I was in advanced algebra by sophomore year and I kind of failed it. No, I definitely failed algebra during that time because it was advanced algebra and I did not understand a thing that was happening, even if I asked for help. But when I asked for help, everything was going by so fast. All the instructions, these teachers, I swear, I thought they were college professors and they just had a midlife crisis and then just went back to high school teaching and everything. But yeah, high school sucked in that way. So I wish I really just documented my life early on, and maybe my channel would have grown earlier, but now I'm starting it, so I guess I didn't completely fail in life. The next thing is, honey, your brows weren't on fleek. There was nothing. There's still nothing, but I should have worked with it better, like, you know, exploring with makeup. If I would have known that we would end up in quarantine or wear face masks in public all the time by the time we hit 2020, I would have just worn lipstick every single day. Honestly, I just got lazy though. And yeah, I should have been bold in my outfits. I got bold in a different way. Don't want to talk about it. I just look like basically a weeaboo. I'm not too ashamed of it, honestly. If I had a time where I needed to fulfill my cringe time, my awkward phase, I would have been okay with just hitting the awkward phase. You know what? Just embrace your awkward stage. You'll glow up eventually from the inside mostly and the outside, because that's how it happens. But yeah, stop being basic. Expand your horizons. Might as well. If you're gonna be embarrassed at some place, you gotta start from being embarrassing and then move on to your life and then glow up. Not everyone glows up at that same rate. I mean, have you seen the kids these days? They look like they're older than me. It is what it is, really. So one thing I didn't realize most of, and is one of the most important advice I would give to the youth these days, is that you don't just gain confidence, you kind of grow it. Yeah, you'll just hit a plateau in your life, but it's fine. You gotta nurture it and then you gotta raise it, and you just gotta start from somewhere. We're human. You grow confidence. You don't just all of a sudden get confidence from, I don't know, just a sudden glow up. Always improve on yourself first before you can improve for anyone else. In terms of academics, I wish I really cared about what I learned about, and I use that information for the better when I grow older. But clearly I start to not care in high school because I was so fed up with life and hormones. Yeah, just embrace your hormones. Use it, but not in the most negative way. Use it as a way of empowering yourself. Really, mental health is not a priority in public school, not even private school. I was going through a lot of things in high school that I do not want to expand on right now because I'm still trying to figure that out. Clearly it is what it is. We go on because I'm just going through the general stuff. Like, this doesn't end anytime soon. just be glad that you have online school if you have the opportunity to have online school right now, because you don't need to deal with drama or anything unnecessary socially between your friends and everything. You just gotta work on yourself, really work on whatever you are doing. Get up out of bed, get on your Zoom or any other program you use. Like, really just actually pay attention. It goes a long way in the long run, because if you're actually educated and you know what you're talking about and you're not using like random stuff that you learn from Facebook, Twitter, or even TikTok, like all these things, education is a huge flex and you gotta use it while you can. Because let me just tell you, I'm gonna be that Asian parent and just tell you, use that information to do better in life. In academics, that does get you out of the loop in school is friendships. Yeah, it makes up your whole high school experiences basically, other than family issues and relationship issues that I will expand on in a bit. Yeah, your friends aren't always gonna be your friends in the future. So all I'm saying is that no, you won't completely lose connection. No, you might not, you know, get into some kind of beef. And you don't have to get into some kind of beef to even get yourself falling out of friendships, like how you fall out of love with your relationships, if you can relate in a way like that. You really do fall out of love with your friends at a certain point when you realize that you're both not benefiting in this. Yeah, it gets complicated, so I'll just get into that. Let's be real here. If my high school friends are watching, I'm really sorry, but this is just how it is and this is how I feel. Reflecting back at the time, yeah, look for friends that you have the same interest in and the same goals and mindset. It really helps a lot if you have friends who are a really good influence on you. So much drama happens in high school, I get it. Even when I was with the most unproblematic group ever, predominantly Asian, I didn't have diverse friends. They all had similar goals, aspirations in life, and they all had almost similar mindset of how they view their future basically, and how they view friendship and so on. So I'm gonna spill the tea now. But cutting back to the chase, I didn't feel like I was valued in the group. My opinions didn't really matter too much, or I would try to inspire them. I felt like I was not listened to in my friend group, and so I would pull on a fit and I would get dramatic. In terms of being dramatic, I was pretty much staying quiet every time we were in our group stuff, or I would abandon them and then try to talk to other people or do my own things, because I was just tired of not being valued. So if you feel like you have to put yourself in a position where you pray for attention, or you feel like you're not acknowledged in the group, if you're not acknowledged as an equal in the group and there's some kind of hierarchy, not saying I had a hierarchy kind of thing, but there were favored friends in the group and I don't think they realize it. It's a growing path where you realize what you've done wrong in high school, or any part of your past. But I'm just saying, if you ever feel uncomfortable in that way, move on to new friends, find someone new, or do your own thing, because honestly, the best friend you have in life is yourself, and you gotta treat yourself with respect more than anyone else can treat you with. Yeah, I don't have any hard feelings against my friends from the past, but I just felt like I could have been valued more for my friendship, because that's why I'm not with them. And I actually found better people along the way. Treat people with respect no matter what they're going through, because there are times when I wanted to open up, but I didn't feel like I should. But you're thinking, why can't you open up with your friends and why can't you be transparent? That's something I wish I would have done, being transparent with my friends, but unfortunately I didn't feel like I was in the comfortable space. I didn't feel like I was worth their time, and honestly, your feelings are valid if you ever feel uncomfortable. And that leads on for the next advice I would have gave myself. I should have switched schools, but I would have lost the opportunity of, I started choir senior year instead of any other year. Choir was honestly one of the best things that could have happened to me. But yeah, most of the friends I have now, they're my best friends, and they come from completely different high schools in my area. If you're a loner, if you consider yourself as a loner, an introvert, whatever you so call in the spectrum, I mean, you're gonna be your best friend, and that's okay. That's completely okay. I wish someone told me that. Me being my best friend and me only being the only person to make me happy, I learned that the hardest way. Also, in a tough part in high school that I did not really experience was relationships. The main part that I learned in being in a relationship later on after high school is that your relationships aren't supposed to fix your issues. They're not supposed to make your family disappear when they're toxic. They're not supposed to make your traumas go away and erase like that. No, they're just adding on to your lives as a big support, and you're not supposed to use them as a punching bag to not abuse anyone. They're supposed to just be there for you to hang out with, for you to love, for you to cherish, for you to learn from, and they're not gonna fix your issues. Trust me on that. I learned the difficult way that just because you're in a healthy relationship doesn't mean you're always gonna be satisfied either for the rest of your life, and that person isn't always going to be there along the way, and it's okay to have a bump in the curve. It's okay to just move on. It's okay to feel like your relationship with yourself is the most valid relationship you can ever get in your maturing destination up towards adulthood. As cliche as it may sound, that's how it's gonna be. How did I figure out all this? Because K-dramas created unrealistic expectations for me, such as I don't know, every single Korean drama there's a perfect guy that fixes all your issues in the future, but no, that does not happen in real life. Yeah, your family relationship, that's a whole new level that I cannot fully get into either. But if you have family issues, I'm really sorry about that. If you really need help, please contact someone that you actually trust. I've met friends along the way where they have been kicked out of their homes and they need financial support. They should be welcomed in anybody's arms, and if you have someone to actually support you, provide shelter, even if you are supposed to be independent, it's okay to lean on someone. But yeah, media is meant for entertainment. It's not for something that should be serious. If your relationship is like a fairy tale, I am so happy for you. You must be very special, but in the same time, just make sure you're provided the utmost respect in your relationship. But yes, I'm just gonna say it from the kids in the back. Improve yourself for yourself, not for someone else. If you're gonna do a glow up, do it for yourself. Do not ask for validation from anyone else, because their validation does not matter as the number one priority, and it is yours. By the way, speaking of relationships, you still have daddy issues, girl? Cause same, I don't know how to fix that. I think I messed up this look, kind of. Yeah, if I explored in makeup way earlier, I wouldn't have these issues now, I guess. So yeah, I'll move on to the next topic of how high school is in general. Everything you learn in high school, oh my god, it doesn't actually work in college apparently. That sounds crazy, right? Yeah, it kind of does. Like basically everything I learned in English, how to write a paper, it's all thrown away in college, and believe me, you'll understand why, because I cannot get too far into that right now when I'm trying to fix this. Fall is coming, so I'm doing a fall look. Everything is just going to be tossed away in college, and I've learned that SAT doesn't mean anything really except for how you're going to be admitted to college. And the SAT does measure your amount of privilege that you have, because most of the things that you will learn in the SATs, you're not going to use that for the rest of your life. And actually, those who are able to study for the SATs have the materials too, and the materials are going to be gained from tutoring experiences and such. And I was the only one out of all my friends that did not have any tutoring, at least for my general group of friends that I pretty much spilled the tea on. Yeah, they all had SAT tutors, they all had classes, they all had online classes, and I just took the ACT and ran with it and then go to school if I accept the ACT instead of the SAT. It was simpler for me like that. You feel like you have the disadvantage to actually learn for preparation for the SAT. You might want to reach out to someone in your school, any resources, to ask for, hey, how can I make my scores better without having to spend any dime on anything, because I don't have the money for that. Also, that's kind of the issue of how I wish I was treated with my friends. I was always asked to like be part of the tennis team, but I should have told my friends like, hey, I cannot afford any tennis lessons. Your girl just didn't want to rely on her parents. Yeah, I wish they would understand that in a way. They're like, oh, you don't need to spend on tennis lessons for all these things. And I'm like, but you have to pay for uniforms and expenses for traveling, and I wouldn't miss school while I was at it. And I was pretty much not at the best game. Like, to be transparent, I had a 3.6 GPA because during the rest of the years I didn't do the best as I should have done in the best of my abilities, but that was fine. Honestly, GPAs mean nothing in high school by the time you're in college, unless you're going for a scholarship or something like that, but your GPA in college matters more in life than your GPA in high school. They try to fool you with those numbers, I'm just saying. Prom was so overrated. I just looked kind of stupid trying to look like a Disney princess. But yeah, I didn't have any dates for prom. I was always rejected. I wasn't a fun person then. I must admit, I was just pretty sad. But yeah, the overall message of high school, the top 3 advice I would give myself if I could have gone back in time for just 5 minutes: you're gonna be okay overall. You will be finding better days. And college is actually much easier in high school because you learn about the things that you want to learn about, and trust the process that you will be improving yourself, mostly from within as well as from the outside. So yes, take advantage of the time you have now to improve yourself. This may be a great time for some of us. This may not be, economic wise, and what's going on in the social justice system. Please treat each other with utmost respect. Help out for those who are in need. Always be there for those who will need the help as much as you can, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement. And wear a mask during a pandemic. Wash your hands, deodorize your pit. All important things going on. And I wish you luck in your endeavors. And yes, comment, like, subscribe while you're at it. Comment, like, subscribe, because I'll be your big sis if you really need me to. And follow me on my Instagram if you really need a big sis to follow, and I might follow you back maybe. If this helped you at all, let me know, and I will be doing more videos like this in the future. So I'm rambling on. Alright, bye!